It's me, Rogue Marby Scott, and this video I'm going to be talking about something really personal. It's something I've been going through for quite some time now, and I have been suffering from depression. If you've been watching my videos, obviously you know that I'm like really loud and bubbly and upbeat, but over the last few weeks it's kind of been me kind of being able to do videos because it's something that I really enjoy doing and creating stuff. So partially it's me, still finding myself and still feeling really depressed inside. I mean I've got some what's the word? I've got some insight into how I came into this whole thing. Basically, at the beginning of the year, my adoptive brother, and I say adoptive brother because I lived with him for 2 years when I lived back in Dominica. So, but he's actually my cousin. So, he got murdered. He got murdered back in Dominica, and it wasn't any kind of normal murder. Well, not that any murder is normal. He got a phone call, and he was in a house with his girlfriend and his 2 children, 2 little girls. He got a phone call, and then he left the house, and basically some guy in a dress, and this is what I've been told, that some guy in a dress went up to him and shot him in the neck. And what was more distressing was not just the fact that the news picked it up, it was just they put his dead body all over the internet and didn't even try and give us any, it was disrespectful. They didn't, show any pictures of him smiling and when he was happy or with his family. That happened, and yeah, I was just kind of struggling with the fact that when I do go back, I'm not going to see him again. And he helped me with quite a lot of stuff. So quite a lot of stuff that I know now and how to do things and stuff. Something that a brother or a cousin would do when we were growing up. And then my aunt died. She's been battling with cancer for the longest time now, for just over 5 years, and that was a shock to me because my family tends to keep me in. They tend to keep me in this like little glass box and cotton wool, put me in a pedestal in the corner somewhere, and just be like, do not tell him anything. To tell you the truth, I don't even know why my family don't tell me certain things that I should know, like being pregnant, someone going to jail, someone dying of cancer, but they just don't. I don't know if that's me sectioning myself away from them or if it's them, whatever. Anyway, she died, and on the day of the funeral, my mum decided to tell me, oh, this is how she died. This is what's been going on all this week. She was doing this and that and that. And she just, information overload on the day of the funeral. I overdrank that day, and I did tell my mum some things that, you know what, I'm not even too sure what I told my mum, but I know it wasn't nice because she phoned Juggernaut the day after. And she was like, why was he saying those things? Like, what's going on? I've been fighting to stay strong for myself and for my family because I've always been that kind of person. So, having 2 significant people in my life pass away in little under 6 months apart is it's just really hard to deal with. I mean, I'm talking about my depression and on what how I feel I got into it. I really didn't know I was depressed. I you know, when my foster brother died, I went to the doctor like a week or no, like 3 days after, and this happened like way in March, and I just wasn't sleeping properly. Like I found that I would go to bed at 10, wake up at 12, go back to sleep, wake up at 3, go back to sleep, wake up at 5. And obviously I got to walk my dog as well, so waking up at 5 was okay. But I just wasn't getting enough rest, and I wasn't eating properly either. I'm a really big eater, and my appetite went. It was no longer having pancakes in the morning. It was no longer having a snack on the way to work. It was no longer diverting to work, going to the bagel shop. That's where my money actually goes. I just wasn't doing any of that. And it was just like, well, what can I do to make me happy? I continued going to work and, doing things with my friends and family. Then when my aunt passed away, I think that's when the biggest turn happened, that the sleep just stopped. I was up from maybe 7 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock the next morning. I was going into work with bags under my eyes. I was constantly tired. I wasn't eating. And I've got this one friend who always is like, are you eating properly? And although it's annoying, she says it because she cares, but I don't think anyone kind of understood or even understands, because I still feel like I'm going through it now. But I don't know. Like, I have my days where I'm up and down, and I'm on these bloody fucking antidepressants and stuff, and you can't be on alcohol when you got them. I like to drink, so sometimes I will stop them and have my drinking sessions or whatever, and then go back on them. But I'm just trying to find some normality back in my life and stuff. My doctor did ask, like, about certain things. Like, I don't know why he kept asking, do you feel like you want to harm yourself? Do you feel suicidal? It's a bit of a hard one to say. I didn't feel like I don't feel suicidal, and I don't think I ever have felt suicidal, but I do know that I have had the thoughts during this time where I've just been like, I just don't want to be here anymore. I rather just go to sleep and not wake up. I don't really consider that being suicidal. I just consider it, well, can I wake up when I'm deciding to? The hardest part going through this sort of depression, whatever I'm going through. Well, let's just say depression, because I'm on antidepressants. I've been diagnosed with depression. So, going through my depression and being in a relationship, I find it really difficult, because one, I want to speak to Juggernaut, and then two, when I do start opening up my mouth, I start filtering myself, where I'm not actually telling him everything. And it's the same with when I go to the doctors. I do not tell them everything, and I don't know if that's hurting myself or why I'm doing it. Like, maybe because I just don't want to be sectioned. But I'm just not telling the whole story. 13th of August was another massive day for me, and I still try and avoid that day. Um, yeah, I didn't specifically want to do this video, but I just felt, for my channel, I just feel like you need to get to know me a little bit better. And not always everything is me being, the Marbasian, being lightheaded and being free and being wonderful and being carefree and being animated and everything. I want you to get to know a little bit more of me, where tagline says where you barely scratch the surface. Well, I think today I have scratched some of the surface for you. Before doing this video, I had to see if there were other videos out there like this, and there are some videos out there, and they're really quite in depth, and I don't know how they're so in depth. Like, there's all statistics and marginals and charts and everything on YouTube, and how the symptoms are. Symptoms are always going to be different, and for anyone, symptoms of depression aren't all the same. So that's just my input on YouTube for my depression story, because of work commitments, it's really hard doing these videos. A lot of these YouTubers that I see don't actually go to work, and if they do, it's part-time, or they're getting paid through YouTube, not from YouTube, but through YouTube and from YouTube and other stuff. I don't. So I've got to earn the money and then make these videos for you. Anyway, ciao for now.